He has it all organized there.
Here we are, ready to take off. He has people to meet here at 10 o'clock. So you can see that you're on time, ready to go. What is on that? Exchange vehicle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that means not for us.
Billy Joe,
Yes, I'm getting
turn around.
What?
Turn around.
Oh, they blow me up.
Afraid to get in. No, don't do that. I'll get out of here if you're going to do that. We'll do anything to get wheel. C, you must be B, and you got A, B, C, D.
And this is left by the time of Napoleon. And this is one of the oldest gates of the town, important building of Milan. This is called Castello Sforzesco. It was the seat of the family Sforza, and they were a very important, most important members. It was called Ludovico il Moro, who is there is a This is the Castello Sforza, the seat of the family Sforza. And you see horses. Now this building, it is houses a museum. And here it is a last masterpiece as well of Michelangelo, the Rough Pietà, the fourth. In the light being, he done fourth Pietà, and the last one, it is inside. And it is where all the buses, the station of buses of Milan. And from here, we are very close to. Oh, it's huge park.
Michelangelo. This is the wall
famous Galleria, which is Victor Emmanuel, because it was built at the time of the Savoy. You know, the Savoy, they were ruling.
And I said, well, you know, this is a square in front of the Doma, I think is the way you pronounce it, in Milan. Right through there is the La Scala Opera House. Pigeons. Still on the square by the church in Milan. Right, it says 4:56 a.m., but I have not changed my camera yet. It is almost noon here, almost 12 o'clock. Inside the arcade or galleria, they're right off the square.
This fashion house.
You've heard of them, Mom. I see.
Important building, according to our guide. Opera House. It's supposed to be beautiful on the inside. Unfortunately, it's Sunday and it's not open. There's a fancy, that picture. Statue. Is on the square looking at the church again. Look at all of this. Selma, standing beside the doors, the entrance to the church. Look at the carving on the church door, carving around the door.
Che valgono oggi e domani più. I comandamenti di Dio sono leggi universali. Valgono per ogni tempo, per ogni civiltà, per ogni uomo. Sono delle leggi che dobbiamo osservare noi perché siamo discepoli di Gesù Cristo. I comandamenti sono dati da Dio all'umanità e difatti non c'è popolo civile che non li riconosca. Siamo rimasti scoperti di fronte a fatti di sangue poniamo fine non porre fine a questa situazione. E ancora oggi chi di voi va in Palestina passi una specie di piccola cappella, segno sacro che ricorda a fare provviste, ed ecco che arriva proprio lì al situazione della sua anima e della sua coscienza per rimproverarle a scuola. Dobbiamo prepararci alla confessione pasquale che Gesù ci attende, come ha atteso la Santa Figli. E davvero non c'è altro da fare che condividere.
It's also it's all made of marble here. She's doing the same thing. Look at the pigeons. Marvin and Velma and the pigeons in the square before the church. Coconut there. They're dripping water over it to keep it fresh and drying out. People on the sidewalk, cafes here, across the street. Major church of Milan. 2:30 p.m. in Italy. We're on our way
You see
to
all
Venice.
vineyards around here? Here they make a very good wine, which is called Sabine, and it is red wine. You see, in a small village in Italy, you get always in the center a church and a free bell tower. We call campanile with bells. They used to strike at midday, at noon, at 12 o'clock, every day. And in the morning, they start 5 o'clock to recall people to the church. And they are striking 3 times. So if you are in the village, you get this nice bell ringing. As well in Venice, they got the churches. You see, Italy is a very religious nation. And we are 95% Roman Catholic in Italy. So the church for us, it is a meeting place that the people used to go at least 1 day a week. That's everybody, every good family goes, especially on Sunday. We go in church twice. In the morning, we are going to spend an hour at the Mass. In the afternoon, we are going to sing for half an hour, and we call Vespri in Latin. In the afternoon, half an hour. More or less, all the Italians get this way to live, especially on Sunday. The young generation, they neglected a little bit these habits, but the old generation, they all go to church. We,
People who say they've never
After
shut their eyes for
Russia,
a moment.
it will
Most of us for 26 or 27 hours. Some a few more by this time. Italian meal. Now 7:09. I still have not reset my camera. Chianti group, yes.
Break them. There you go.
Hello there, Christine. We have to have this on tape. Tell us about the hair dryers.
Shower. Great hot water.
Ken and camera, you're on. Mela John and Louise and hello.
How are you?
Louise again. And there's Ione.
Tell us again.
And who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Irma Jean Stack, and I'm in Italy, and we're just having a good dinner.
And who's this good-looking young man beside you?
Herbert Stack.
And
I'm Missy Doreen.
and
And Grace Viator. Sister Imogen's sister-in-law.
very good for your dance right now, but for after dinner entertainment. And
Not on the table.
not on the table tonight, huh? And here is Ruth and Billy Joe. And the missing person is Vicky, who is still trying to dry her hair. And this is a beautiful Miss and her daughter Diana, who finally almost got her hair dry. My cohort from Switzerland, Judy Moore, and her husband, Alfred. 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm shooting across. This is our hotel. I have not learned how to reset the time on this yet. So 1:59 Port Arthur time, a.m. 9 o'clock our time. For you to get on the water taxi, the water bus. The water bus costs 3,000 euro. The water taxi, if you decide to take a water taxi, is 60,000 lira. That's around $50. The water taxi is about $3.
or me. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I was
It's going to show you now. Do it for her. She didn't get to hear it.
You understand English? You better.
This is St. Mark's Square.
Excuse me.
They sell
Now,
peanuts.
There were a lot more pigeons when we were here. The pigeons were just...
okay. Yes, that's right. I will try to test them. That's what they do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Louise. You know that in Venice we have the horse of the derivation of the protector, the lion, the symbol of St. Mark, and very close to the lion, one doge, one leader. But here in Venice, a nobleman, only a nobleman was elected a doge. Please don't forget, they elected another doge. Staircase outside his building, and the name is Giant Staircase. In front of two giants, two big men, they are two gods.
Courtyard of the Doge's Palace.
Thank you. You are an excellent guy. You got a good experience.
Here's our group in the Doge's Palace courtyard.
Sweetheart.
The bell tower, St. Mark's. We're not allowed to take pictures inside of the Doge's Palace.
St. Mark, the most important church in Venice. This is a very old church. It was built 1,000 years ago. It was finished in 1094. We have a model for this church, Santa Sofia in Istanbul, Turkey. If you know Istanbul, maybe you know Santa Sofia. Many years ago, Santa Sofia was a church, then a mosque. Now Santa Sofia is a museum. But Santa Sofia was the model for this basilica. The plan is on a Greek cross, Egyptian cross, Latin cross, Greek cross, when the forearms have the same length. We have almost the same length. We have 3 domes and 3 domes. And like in a Greek Orthodox church, just here in front you can see this marble wood of the apostles, made 700 years ago in Gothic style. But as you can see, they are 7 and 714. And you know very well that the apostles stand on the right by the cross, woman Mary. So they are 14 and not 12. Inside
The floors, St. Mark's Church, all mosaic. They are also ripply because of the effects of the tide and the cylinder. First,
You're the last one? So, you see also the young guys here sitting on the floor. Perfect. No problem. Those skills doesn't cut at all because they are weighted in it, even if they need to watch Coca-Cola items. So now try to watch it very careful. When you go back home, you can start another business. It looks easy, but it isn't. It takes more work for it. Takes over 10 years, also 15 years training. So slowly this kind of work is going to disappear. Why? Because young people don't want to wait such a long time. We don't blame them. I mean, 10 years time is a long time. So that period they don't get any money at all. So it seems very easy, but he started when he was about 12 years. Now he's over 32, so realize over 20 years doing this dying art.
Is he getting paid now?
Make few pieces only for groups. But tomorrow there is another artist coming. They could produce a chandelier and so on. So once the pieces are finished, we could into the annealing, into this particular cooling oven, for about 20 up to 25 hours, depends the weight of it. So the young women doing this particular beads, we have about 20 different type of beads, necklaces that you can pass them around. Don't worry, these are free samples. No, I'm kidding. Just pass them around because those are decorated with gold, but we have also salad seeds. Time he just ate a little handle, so it's just a little picture, a little craft. You see, what a picture.
Does he ever get good?
Sometime. C'è qualche spottata, vero? Yes, sometime, but it depends. Yes. He learned right away. Maybe once, the second will be very hard. You learn it right away. Looking for yourself.
Oh. Is he single?
Single. Are you single? No, he's almost just for a few times. Thank you very much. Texas, speak too much.
Tell him to shut up.
Please,
Yes, I shut up.
no, shut up. Please, ladies and gentlemen.
Attention. Allora, the music, please. That way. Music.
The Sony radio. It's a Sony deck player.
Police patrol is going by.
Boy, look at that boy.
Españoles. Fiesta grande.
Nunca te veo.
Luego. Chao, chao.
Ciao. Ciao.
City of Venice.
No, why?
They had so many windows, didn't you?
No.
Take the weight off the building.
Why, they have so many windows, take the weight off the building. That would make sense.
Here's part of our group up
Red
there.
right return. You're coming back in, leave the red on your right. In a boat. Yeah, I would say. We're in the Grand Canal now. Look, the flotilla coming down.
This is the city bus that I'm shooting now. It's called a Vicretto in Venus. Why do they have it all lined up? Is that
Tell that, Lloyd.
No.
Huh?
No.
You just got what to do.
Well, never received never Run, yo! Go in there. Beautiful building, get all that off of there.
Well, I tell you, that shows how polluted the air is.
Well, yeah. Over here, but you have to watch out
column entrance?
on
You pollute
a
the water.
grand scale. And
Day in Venice. There is the Bridge of Sighs, the last bridge you see there. You see, this is one of the 400 bridges here in Venice.
That's that Bridge of Sighs over
Bridge of Sighs, the last one down there. Basilica. show Lloyd looking at the ceiling. They're doing reconstruction back there. The women had to sit or stand up above in the balconies going around. Entrance. Across the Grand Canal now. This is our hotel that we stayed in Venice, Hotel Carlton Executive. It's across the street from the train station, or rather across the Grand. From Florence, we've been driving from Venice. Looks like it's about a 3-hour drive from Venice to Florence, where we're stopping. Going through some pretty country, hilly. Ridges are tucked along the tops of the hills. You see? Our bus driver, Hugo. There goes Carol Crane. We're at the panoramic view overlooking the city of Florence. We've just arrived. We'll be meeting our guide in about 20 minutes. View overlooking the city of Florence, and there is our group. The covered bridge right down there. It has the goldsmith Cedra on it.
Just one from here up.
This is David in the Academy, the original. We will see several copies while we're in Florence. Our group ready, assembling, ready to move on out for the next site. We just finished seeing David, the Academia, streets, the old town of Florence. Restoring it, cleaning the front of the building.
Dedicated to St. John the Baptist is around. And now we walk inside the
This is part of the roof of the baptistry that they're shooting now.
Look. Getting into this building, you walk down. Okay? So that means because the Baptist is in the shade.
I still cannot get it all in. This is a better shot than what I did before. Front, where the children are baptized, and in the back is the cathedral. Square, where all the leather shops are in Florence. Look at the artwork on the building.
Now that's the right side. Now this is a...
Maria. Elsa.
I'm trying.
What is this? This is Maria.
Orte, it is on the top of the mountain, and it is built on tufo.
You're right.
Shake it.
We're entering the outskirts of Rome. These are some of the condominiums here. The Rome prison right here.
Because the old prison they have.
Whoa, there it is up there on the top of the door. What's that? That shades down.
You see the obelisk now, right on Mussolini.
To go in to the Vatican. We're inside the outer wall, waiting for our tickets. Staircase inside the entrance to the Vatican here.
82.
But I've had it 2 years. And I've got some other friends and stuff.
You don't have to go cheap product on it.
It's a big hit.
Is that your first one? I hope it's your first one.
Some of the sculptures.
I'm going to make the Guinness World Book of Records.
The group here. It's not immaculate conception. It's just protecting herself from the gypsy.
And a name in Latin, but in English the same thing. You find no difficulty in reading Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Joel, Jonas. Then see the lunette, this kind of triangle, huh? Genealogy of Jesus Christ. The 72 generations, not all of them individuals. I mean, some of the people that of the 72 generations that go from King David down to Jesus. And finally, on the very college, the salient facts of the Old Testament. Best known one is up there. David and Goliath. You see the moment when this young boy David is cutting off Goliath's head. They're all beautiful, there is no question. Creation of man. By the way, Michelangelo interpreted that moment. Man is shown us already made, already built. We don't see that before Michelangelo's time. But to tell us that even man is the creation of God, he shows him with his left arm stretched and his hand down to signify there is no life, no spirit, no energy in that body. And he puts that hand in contrast with the one of God, expressing instead all the strength of his creative will in that finger that moves. But when you look at his two hands, the one of Adam and the one of God, you really get to see the very moment when God wanted man, and man came into being. That perfect, that beautiful. This was kind of difficult to materialize, you know, the idea of life being created for the first time. Took Michelangelo 4 years to paint all of this, and 3 months massaging his neck, because he had his neck right there. Ceiling has been cleaned recently, you know that? Huh? Yes. Now you can see the original colors, and that is really good. 32 when he started, 36 when he finished. He was happy, everybody was happy, but he hoped he would be through with this kind of work because it was not all of this. Now the last judgment. It's actually the end of the story, huh? He had given a beginning to the story, he gave an end to it. But this is simple, it's not a long story like the ceiling. It's just one moment. Christ appeared with separating people. On this side, good people, most of them from Texas, going up to heaven. Over here instead, those who have been bad boys and bad girls are being hurled down into hell by the devil. Hell is in this section is according to Dante's Inferno. We see a devil here, Caron is his name. He's got a kind of concession. He's carrying everyone into hell. What are you supposed to admire something like this? Difference between Michelangelo and the rest of them. These are very good painters, you know. Extremely famous good painters, 15th century. But being painters, they work for that. They go for details. There's everything here. Huh? I mean, the fact itself is not important. It's important what they do, what they paint, what they put in the fresco. One of them has put the Arch of Constantine in one of the stories of Moses. Moses has nothing to do with Constantine, no? Time, play, stories. Man was born to be a sculptor instead. Details are not important to him. What is particular in a fresco is not important. Important to him is the anatomy. Being a sculptor, knows very well, and represents, by the way, in 391 different ways. There are 391 different figures here. No? From a religious point of view, nobody to interfere between Christ and the rest of the people. Wherever they go, it doesn't make any difference. There are no traditional way of doing something like this. No saints, no popes, no cardinals, no bishops, no priests, and if there was any room left, people. This is abolished completely. Christ and the rest of the people. Yeah, you could say, but that is the way it's going to be. They knew the same thing at that time. That is Christ, who is going to tell me, Enrico, get out of here. But when this was painted, was the time of the Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition. So Michelangelo was suspected of heresy just for this one. For 40 years, motions were made to have this fresco removed. They didn't want it. They didn't like it. And the cardinal in particular was against it. Every day in the Sistine Chapel criticizing what Michelangelo was doing. Michelangelo told him many times, let me finish first. Then come in and criticize. But don't be here every day, I'm busy. Cardinal insisted. There must have been a day when Michelangelo thought not only, get out of here, Monsignor, but go to hell. To make sure he was going to hell, he put him there. Yeah, the only authority that we have actually, besides Christ, is this cardinal who is here in hell with a serpent on his body and a donkey ears. So actually, not to tire you too much, what is this famous Sistine Chapel everybody wants to look at? It's a Bible with illumination. It's what, according to the Christian philosophy, has been the very beginning, it is going to be the very end. It's at the end of that period where people couldn't read, couldn't write, they were told things by images. Of course, this is not the case because this was painted for people who knew. But the idea is the end of this process of instructing people using images. Chapel is only used for the election of a new pope. You know, when a pope dies, we need another one, and cardinals gather in a certain place where they elect this new pope. It's right there, into the Sistine Chapel. You won't see that today because we don't need a pope. At least this morning was alive.
Inside this
Ah, we got two visitors. We just picked up two people.
Candelabra is the name for candlesticks. You see them placed on both sides of the arches here. See there are two sides of that arch. But besides the candelabra, there are a few more things you should notice. In Ephesus, instead, Ephesus. That was right from the city. Serve the company. Hear me.
cameos, 3D, but they're actually painted in. It's perfectly flat.
This tapestry is simply gorgeous.
These are inside the walls, huh?
Yeah. Inside the walls of the Vatican State.
The garden neck, the two places by means of this road corridor. We walk in through here. They used to ride on horseback, back and forth. Then they built a new residence, I'll show it to you tomorrow, by St. Peter's Basilica. They didn't need all of this anymore. With times were changing, by the way, tourists were coming. So 1932 only, they built a new entrance, we came in, and opened all of this to visitors. Name Vatican Museum. Well, not 1 inch of this was built to be a museum. This was the Pope's residence. We wouldn't be here unless he had that new residence. But since he has a new residence, we're here. Don't run away. Don't get carried away. Here I am. Here I am. Come closer, come closer. Proclaimed in St. Peter's Basilica a dogma of the Immaculate Conception. In 1856, they decided to fresco this room to celebrate the dogma. As a matter of fact, that's what you see on this main fresco that you see here. Pope Pius IX in St. Peter's Basilica proclaiming the dogma of the Immaculate Conception. Notice also the mosaic work, you know. There is nothing new. There's an old Roman mosaic work found in these ancient Roman buildings, pulled out and placed here. Decoration of this room. But the room is no longer part of the Pope's apartment. Even the name is changed. This is now called Sobieski. See the painting there? See the painting? It shows 1683. Something important because it freed not only the city of Vienna, but the rest of Europe. Frontiers. In fact, it's been celebrated in many different ways, including that one. All I can tell you about the painting, though, is that it's pretty large. It's a good-sized painting. But the artist put too much in it. It's hard to see anything. All that we can clear is that King Sobieski, he's showing his credit card to that man because he's getting
When this was no longer the Pope's residence, they painted over the frescoes. Now they're in the process of taking the paint off and restoring this to the way it looked like when this Pope's lived in this area.
So, Not up on the sea.
I'm looking for the guy in Hill.
Well, there's the ones right there, that painting he's talking about. I'm trying to decide where it was, the devil or whatever it is.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, you were, what are you looking for?
The guy in Hill.
Well, they're all here at the bottom.
I mean the cardinal.
Right there with the snake wrapped around his neck.
Oh, there's the snake.
Naked, yes.
Okay.
Did it miss it? There's that
Allora state zitta, no? Non voi capite? Dice lì hanno scattato.
Like it?
I like it. I like it.
First time for you?
Yes, it's the first time for me. And there's lots to take in one time. You just have to get a general impression the first time.
Naturally.
You're going to be our guide again tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
Very good, because you're good.
But that's all you can do in such a short time.
Yeah. I'm just baking, laying on your back, painting up there. Would not be my...
Thinking how he had to climb up with it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they didn't have that stone scaffold.
How you holding out, Pro?
I'm doing good. You snapping at?
Oh, Pro doesn't complain. He goes right along and doesn't say a word.
I don't know what I'm getting.
He knows if he gets out right.
What? I don't believe in delayed retribution.
I can't imagine them giving anybody a donation anyway. I bet she never gets mad at you. Okay, he says let's go.
Who said let's go?
Yeah, we got more to see.
Oops, I need to get this thing to...
It's going to be up 200 film.
I don't know. I need to find a button to push this thing off. I don't know where it is. Sideways.
Musei Vaticani chiudono alle ore 13:45.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind you that visits to the Sistine Chapel end at 13:30, and that the Vatican Museums close at 13:45.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous rappelons que l'entrée dans la chapelle Sistine se termine à 13h30. Les musées du Vatican ferment à 13h45.
Señoras y señores, les recordamos que...
Some of the things that you see here, well, they were collected by the board, they were presented to the board, well, they were very famous. I thought it was made out of gold, silver, precious stones, and mercury.
Our group is exiting out of the Vatican Library. Hello. These are the gift to the Pope. Yeah, it's diamonds and it's made in ebony.
Isn't that gorgeous?
All the sparkles is diamonds.
Ooh,
Made of
look
ebony.
at the diamonds.
In this cabinet here. Rooms of the Vatican Library here.
It was also presented before, by the way, that was all really pertained by the Austrian Francis Joseph.
Solid gold, 33 pounds for sculpture. Vatican grounds here, you can they have a parking problem here also.
At the obelisco, in the center, Egyptian obelisco. This Egyptian obelisk is coming from Aswan, Egypt.
River Tiber.
Yeah.
Sale. 100 years.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let's see, Rome was spared. War. It wasn't bombed by the Allies.
What the population was
The garden house.
1940.
But the glory is in the Roman Sports Center. It's much better than
This bottle.
I guess some white wine.
That's a white wine?
White wine. I have
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Denise.
Mario, you have those every meal. Yes. Yeah, this looks good.
Brazil. Try and get good. I saw a face.
That's what we want.
Okay. Louise?
We're drinking wine.
On a CHA trip? Oh my, let's see. Who's behind Maria over there? Hello, Coletta. Hello. Okay.
Over to Madrid, and we were all kind of tired.
United States used to stay here in this hotel.
I think I make.
This is famous Tivoli fountain. You pour a coin in. supposed to be coming back to Rome. Lloyd just threw his coin in. Come back to Rome.
Beginning of the century by Sacconi. And there is the unknown soldier inside. And you see the guard.
Would it be time? I mean, would there be time for a shot?
I don't like it. I love it. It was a long thing, and the damn bus took a dip by it. Yeah.
This is shaking because the road is rough. It's cobblestone road.
That's okay. I don't mind it. If it comes out good, I'll say, man, oh man, that's a hell of a photographer.
And the Constantine Arch to the right hand side, like the Fountain of Trevi, they are being both restored. And you see the difference from the old building and the cleanup. How nice it is. See, they are on the way to Tivoli. I will show you tomorrow. So they come and from Istria they come as well. Adrian.
And he built it before he died.
Yeah, he built before he died. It's so huge, big. You should see. It's very big place inside.
Very big place outside.
Yeah. Mussolini, he knocked down the old houses and he made this road. You see, very modern. You see the style like the Ponte Milvio, exactly the same. The style of Mussolini. And the column of the chairs, they are done by Bernini. This church is wonderful. It's a pity that it's not very well illuminated. You see the column and the statue, they all belong to the 16th century. You see, when the Pope...
If you like Bernini, so she made oleanders, eucalyptus.
Is there eucalyptus here?
You sure? We have eucalyptus. 279, when the wall was finished, city was completely walled in, protected by the wall. nearly 12 miles around the city. Most of it is still standing, and on this side of the city in a very good state of preservation.
Grab her. Hold her hostage, yeah?
Yeah, hold her hostage.
That wall has been standing for 17 centuries.
Isn't that amazing?
Sweet Life, telling you the story of Via Veneto. Well, no longer now. When they had some Sweet Life over here was 1960. Now all they have is outdoor cafes. See the outdoor cafes? And the main activity here for the people frequenting Via Veneto is to sit at one of these outdoor cafes and watch at people walking up and down for a couple of hours. Then, of course, they get tired of sitting, they get up and walk up and down watching at people sitting.
American Embassy. This is where carriers have to go get
That
a
is the
passport.
embassy. You see the American flag at the embassy, don't you? Huh?
This is Triton,
There are a few marine fountains over there.
one of Italy's most famous fountains. Half-man,
Four
half-fish.
dolphins, they are placed upside down, see there? They're supporting a shell, and on top of the shell you see the Triton, that is half man and half fish. This palace, Barberini Palace, is owned by the Barberini family. We also call it the Four Seasons, but that doesn't mean much really. This is just a way to look ahead of you at a distance. You can see the side of a really big monument. You saw it last night, but we're going to stop in front of it this morning. If there is a solution to the problem, then you don't have to worry about it. Huh? There is a solution to the problem. If there is no solution to the problem, again you don't have to worry about it. There is no solution to the problem. Got the idea? The Trojans or Trojans Market. That's all is left of it. Try to imagine a seat stop in the middle of the square. I wouldn't be able to let you get off, ladies and gentlemen, forget it. But from the bus, I hope you have a chance to take a photo. This is one of the largest monuments built in recent days. It's a 1911 when the work was finished. Then in 1918, at the end of the First World War, they worked in that palace and appeared at that balcony to address all the people. Yeah, the green one. That green balcony on the very corner of the palace lived and died. Letizia Ramori, Napoleon's mother. Napoleon's mother, yes. She was Italian. She didn't know one word of French. To understand how...
We'll take their picture, too.
Take their picture, too.
Come on, listen.
On top of the old city of Rome. This is part of the Roman Forum. Many stories high.
America and they are alive, but there were not very many. To win the thing has been the military organization. Yeah, the Colosseum is...
We're on our way to the Colosseum.
To 316, 316. And to celebrate in the meantime the Edict of Milan. Edict of Milan, that means freedom.
That white arch is the one he's talking about right there. I want to know what that is up in
Yeah, I'll take yours of Velma's picture. This area was all covered by floor with about 20 inches of, a wooden floor with about 20 inches of sand on top. This, well, on mounting.
Nothing about it.
Bobo, are you going to stop right at the top here?
Yeah, we stopped right at the top so you can take pictures. Because see that white building on the top of the ruins there? Archaeologists built the building that high because that corresponds to the height of the palace. So you can imagine how much of it is gone. Actually, what we see here on this side is the area, wait a minute, is the area where they stationed the Praetorian Guard. Praetorian Guard all around the palace. And the hill, there were soldiers, no? Take pictures. There were soldiers taking care of the ruins. Are still visible a few frescoes. Frescoes? You know that is what we call, no? We had prepared the statue for Dukakis, but he didn't win. So. Bricks were always faced with marble or stucco or something else. So where is now all that material? Well, it's in St. Peter's. It's in St. Peter's Basilica.
21 centuries old.
You get to see, you get maps that they're going to say another 2,000 years. While the new bridges are collapsing. Just because, wait a moment, patience.
He's going to be in Houston tomorrow. He's going to stop and...
Headingstone or St. Angelo's.
That's in the road.
That's an ambulance. That's another ambulance.
That's Hadrian's tomb right there.
That was built in 135 AD. At that time was the tomb of Emperor Hadrian, the mausoleum of Hadrian. Then, at the end of the 15th century, popes turned the thing into a castle, into a fortress. Popes used to take shelter into the place during the most dangerous moments. It becomes the Pope's fortress. It's only in 1870, unification of Italy, the thing was headed back to the city, and it's not being used as a monument. There is nothing inside that is really that important. But it's impressive, no? The way the thing looks outside. She saw Mario come because of Joe. See the yellow, white flag here? Oh, the building here on the right-hand side. Yeah, because we're in the Vatican.
We're in Vatican.
Now, before going into St. Peter's Basilica,
We are in St. Peter's Square. This is Here's the Pope's Palace right here. On Sundays, the second window from the right on the top floor. He blesses the group. On special occasions, the center window on the second floor balcony. Continue on around to the other side, the St. Peter's Square. Swiss Guard.
They make all kinds of
you're lucky in the family you find a crucifix. Well, things have changed. It was built in 324 AD. 324 was this big, you know. Beautiful too. But at the end of the 15th century, popes wanted a new basilica. So your place was completely torn down. Reconstruction of this basilica began in 50. Took them 450 years to do all of this. It's a long time for one place, definitely. But reason for that long time, size of everything, first of all. Oh, that's the basilica for 60,000.
paintings, there's mosaics.
We went up to Pisa on the...
It is the one at the left-hand side. This huge pink green park. This is the villa that the fountain of Tir.
150 fountains.
The first one.
First one.
Number one. Uno.
Okay?
It's on for us.
Everybody's reaction. Both fountains where there is drinkable water. If you're thirsty, ask me. I'll tell you where you can drink. Okay? Thank you.
Pretty quick.
The Avenue of 100 Fountains. The first level of fountains of the Tivoli Gardens.
Fountain supposed to bring men good luck. Alfred and Marvin are looking for luck, or rubbing for luck.
Both dragons are the same species. Of course, Gregor, the first being of the... I just want to tell you that the Jets of war... And as you can see on the body of the statue. Okay.
Steps of Rome. You can see people gathered on the bottom layers. There's 3 more layers above this. At the back, that you can barely see. After you get up to the top level. Famous Spanish steps. There's Lloyd right there. Came down all of those. We had to walk for a half mile or so to get here because the buses were not made to car here.
Well, it's a coliseum on one hill then?
No.
Would that be considered a hill?
No, it is not the Colosseum, but nearby, where the Circo Massimo is, there is a hill.
Okay. Steps, it's shaped like a Spanish gallery. Steps, we have 2 more levels to go. Here we are on the way back from the Spanish Steps. Tomorrow we leave for Pompeii at 6 a.m. on our way
tutto il metro e con la
down
gente
to
che
Naples.
magari
We
te la
left
rubano
this morning
mezzo.
at 6
E
a.m. so we could
chiudono
watch
le
the bus
porte del
driver.
metro, è tremendo. After Tuscany. So they walk all these, at that time you can imagine, they walk through the mountains all this way down. So poof.
There's Nelda Seaver looking at the cameo work, and she is contemplating buying me a piece. Nelda's going to buy me a cameo piece so that she sees in the window.
One of each.
One of each. I believe it's 1,500,000 lira. That's the cheapest one she can find.
Where they make the pearl.
Now it's telling someone else where they can find something she won't buy for herself.
The distance from the point where we are now, more or less, is roughly
trees.
And we are just so from the city, a series of small rooms on the left side, right at the end of it. Remember that? Those were remains of stores, of original shops. While in the very last part of the street that we just passed, you also saw two public buildings. The first was on the right side. You probably read a big sign, Basilica, Palazzo di Giustizia, which means exactly Palace of Justice in Italian. So the building called Basilica was the courthouse of the ancient town, and the temple dedicated to Apollo on the other side. Now, concerning the square where we are now, this large uncovered area was called Forum, as we said, and it was absolutely the most important area in all Roman towns. Here were concentrated the most important public buildings. I just mentioned the Basilica, the courthouse, which is now behind you on that side. Always behind you, but in the middle, there is a building totally made that was called Curia, C-U-R-I-A, in Latin. The building called Curia was the city hall, the most important one from the point of view of the political administration. And then in the opposite corner, as you can certainly notice, the buildings that were important from the political point of view were all at the end of the square. Let me tell you that in the case of that temple, the only unoriginal part of it is just the marble bust representing Jupiter that you can see inside the cella, the central room of the temple situated in the upper part of it. The original statue that they found in that position was then removed, and it's nowadays in the National Archaeological Museum in Naples, with most of the other marble groups and marble and bronze statues removed from the ruins during the excavations. I told you about the importance of the square as a commercial area. You can understand that it was just
The plaster cast of one of the bodies unearthed here. Wine jars. They made that shape to help cool the wine. This is the plaster cast of a man. He's kneeling down there trying to shield his face from the ash and the gas. Trying to protect her face. As you can see, she's pregnant. This is a fossilized tree trunk. Here's a chest that was found underneath one of the houses, money box. Of another one of the victims. Here of the Pompeii of the houses. One of the streets of Pompeii. All this was covered with about 35 feet of ash before they started the excavation. Pompeii, framed by the arch there.
Agora esse vídeo de hoje, dá Here? Yeah. What's that hanging from it?
Additional frescoes that were in these buildings. We're inside of a house of two wealthy brothers of Pompeii. Painting. The frescoes of one of the rooms. Here's the inner room, the house with the copper pots there. Our water pipe made out of lead. This is
and so before they had running water in all the houses, as well as we have nowadays in our own homes. Well, before
this
that time,
is the atrium.
there was in each single house this system. The atrium, the room I just mentioned, used to be divided into two sections. Compluvium was the Latin name of the inclining roof that used to be open in the middle, as you can see, in order to let the raining water come into the house. And then right in the middle of the paving, exactly in correspondence with the central opening of the roof, you see the impluvium, the pool used for collecting. You can see that there is a little hole in the right upper corner inside the pool, and just through some pipes, starting from that point, the raining water used to be carried into some underground big cisterns and taken from the cisterns when they needed it, just by means of wells that could be disposed all over in the house, but that you don't see anymore because they were all filled up and destroyed with volcanic materials when the eruption took place. The two small rooms on the two sides were called cubicula, cubicles, and they were the bedrooms of the house. No examples of furniture that shouldn't be very different from the original one. At the end, and we'll be able to see them from closer later because we're going that way later.
Basin, which is original from 2,000 years ago. The garden of the house of the two bachelors. The plants are similar, if not the same ones that were here originally. By the clay injection method, they were able to determine what went here. The best preserved rooms in the house.
From 2,000 years ago, as well as the beautiful paintings. That is the best example of that red color, which is really unique to the history of art. This is why they simply call it Pompeian red, or red from Pompeii. The thing is that still now it's typical of the volcanic areas, the cinnabar that has a red color in nature, but then they use that to make a powder with it. And by mixing that powder with more substances that we don't know of, unfortunately, they used to obtain this decorative paste. You can see the representation of decoration among the angels, you know, the cupids, small angels of Greek and Roman mythology. You can also see the representation of a kind of small wooden-made wardrobes, chairs, tables, desks, and that's really a good chance to get an idea about what was the furniture in most houses and so on. But that's not all. I'd like to show you another very well. But the most surprising thing is from a certain distance. Don't forget that those paintings were made roughly 2,000 years ago and never really restored.
Yeah, somewhere in the world.
What was unusual is that it had three-dimensional painting.
The sun is over the order.
The painting was done in 3 dimensions. Everything was original.
It's original. Water fountains built by Romans in this town in the last period of their domination, when they had made the aqueduct over it. I wanted to show you one thing. The water used to be issued through the mouth of Mercury, and people used to drink standing more or less in this position. Is that right?
Huh.
Look at the shapes left by 1,000 hands put on the same points every day.
Oh, we've got to do this.
And this is another testimony of daily life, as well as the grooves left by the chariot wheels I showed you before. Covers the outside part of the ornamental niche that contains.
One of the courtyards. I was just looking for you, Marvin, to take this picture. City of Pompeii from one of the temples.
They see that bag that's nice with you by the judge.
This is a view of Naples on our way to Sorrento.
I didn't get it because I'm out of film.
Vesuvius is going to be showing up there in the background or not?
Wait a minute, hold just a second.
The Vesuvio in the background. Oh,
Shooting the Bay of Naples from our bus on the way to Sorrento.
You couldn't have covered a postage stamp.
What's that?
Made in fiction.
Well, they had the picture in the... Picture of That's about as high as I'm Oh, yeah, sometimes you have to. Like a bucket truck, you're
Is this Sorrento? Is this Sorrento? This is Sorrento. This is our destination for the evening. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. I hope they're any good.
That is spectacular.
Think about this.
right outside of our hotel. Down. This is street level. Going on down and down and down and down, and these are old ruins. Oh, in Sorrento. It's very nice. Right in the middle of town. Okay, we're down.
This way, please, ladies.
Getting ready to go over to the Oliver Free. This is Sorrento, where we spent the night.
When the sun gets out a little bit more.
Water the heck out of it.
Port in a storm, Lloyd. Any port in a storm.
Grotto.
I don't think it matters. Coming back to the groove. See, I got some sea legs on it.
Go, John! Did you get it down or she got it?
I'll forget it.
At first, I thought it was a drain small home.
Oh, that's water.
Hope the high tide's not in.
Rowboat. It depends on the size. But I think we can make it you fall. Okay? We take you inside the cave and we are going to wait here. You want to take your bags or whatever you want with you, it's okay. If you want to live here, it's okay to stay. Everything is under control. Okay? Yes. Then if you don't have to pay nothing, you are going to pay the guide when we go back to Marina Grande. Roger?
Where's the life preserver?
I take care just in case. Now don't close too much to me.
Those who didn't make it.
Oh my God.
That's not very far.
He just said it's in memory of.
Louise, we're gonna wait till y'all get back.
I won't go through there.
But you have your own beautician, don't worry.
The only good thing about that.
Boy, I can see what they mean about. Look how rough it is. Gee, did she get her head?
Didn't lay
Keep your
down.
head low.
Who's all that water? Be sure and get me going through there with the hair because.
Are you okay? We're not there yet. When we get over there, we can. When we get right to the hole, we can go down. What's your head there?
Beautiful!
Okay, y'all sit up.
Sit up.
Oh, behind you. I see what you mean. Yeah, look at that blue. Look at the water. All right. on these narrow streets. Capri, Marina Bay.
Just the right time when the swell is up. Oh, I can see where you're going. Boy, oh boy, you talk about
That must be that plane on the way back.
They're narrow. Just to go on these narrow streets. So the Isle Capri is orange trees and lemon trees. Okay, here's the fortress looking over the harbor. Outside the store, Velma with an Italian telephone.
We feel a little bit warmer than what is up there, also because we are moving south of the island. This is a part of the Bay of Salerno. Salerno, very well known in the United States. Salerno is the landing area where General Mark Clark landed during the last war. General Mark Clark, 2 years before he died, he came to see again where he was here, when he was here 40 years ago, 45 years ago. And then he went back to the States and he died. So Salerno is down that way. Very haze, very mist today. By the way, on the left-hand side, on the high levels, we got villas, hotels, and everybody walks up there, remember? And who lives up there is not young people. It's people that are retired, so they're living there. They got all the facility, everything and nice, you know, I mean, a swimming pool, a lovely garden. They pick the phone, everything is delivered to them. They have a good race, no cars, huh? No pollution, nothing. Nearby, you see this enormous complex. You see it? This is an ancient monastery. You see, in Moorish and Gothic style, built on top of remains of a Roman villa, built by a very rich family from these islands. His name was James or Giacomo Arcucci, which was the secretary of Queen Joan from Naples. In the 1535, this place was burned by who? The Arabs people, Moorish people. In the 1600, they rebuilt it again by monks and it became a convent. It lasted as a convent until 1885.
Disappointed when we first descended.
Yeah.
garden here.
Oh, that's a hotel up there, I see.
That you walk up to.
Wow.
I took it. Here there you can see Naples from here. Unfortunately today it's overcast.
But I can't find the Atlantic coast. I don't believe there are.
Eh? You know, the Philadelphia is the big Rome to Colosseum. In Capri, we got the Faraglioni Rock.
German crooks, and they built the footpath that went down to the ocean. It took them from 1898 to 1902 to build it. Then they were, shortly after that, they were asked to leave by the Italian government because they organized orgies there, which was called the Black Mass. This has now been taken over by some Italians, and they've turned the residence into a hotel. This is the footpath going from the residence all the way down to beach.
In the local cemetery here in Capri. Also the husband died, Boris.
Capri, which is about a 15-minute boat ride from Sorrento to Capri. Now we're on a different ferry on our way back to Naples. This will be about a 40 or 45-minute run from from Capri to Naples. This is a larger boat than the other one, I believe. 5 people enjoying the sights on the way back to Naples.
We did.
What you do?
Cleaner than the what?
They look like the
These are some of our hardier souls. They chose to ride upstairs. Bay of Naples that we're in now. I know this is the city of Naples that we're approaching. Here is at the port in Naples where we just came in. Look at this building overlooking the port. Making a stop along the way from Sorrento to Rome. Wayne is our new steward, serving our jurors on our trip back to Rome. He left the wine.
Aren't those good? I did. I bet you did. Okay. I took regular Oreo crackers and I put them in a shrinking machine. Shrunk up.
See the hors d'oeuvre tray now. Our waiter takes care of everything.
Why not? She's the shop queen.
Carol, did you hear that? She's the shopping queen. I thought she
At the Rome airport, gathering up our luggage to go in. Back with with more bags than what we left with. It's tried to help the Italian economy here. All these CAC bags, people took flats and brought back filled. This is after the confusion organized. Our instructions were very unclear. No one knows what to do. We still have to go through another gate. Just about to leave Italian soil. We all had a great time. On to Amsterdam now. On the way to Amsterdam. Marvin is Delma Seaver. Alfred Moore. Judy Moore. Pearson. J.W. Shirley. Here we are with Alfred, Lloyd, and Joe with their carriage here in Amsterdam. Look an hour before flight time. So let's see what's going to happen.
Looking at Lloyd's feet. Nelda's trying to cuddle with him a little bit there. And this is the Seaver clan on board KLM 661.
Lloyd has his own personal slave right here. Show us that jewelry. She never sleeps a week. Where's the rest of them? In Italy. I still have this in Italy time here. Went a little bit more than what we started with. Boy thinks we can get all the way home with all this stuff in the car going like this. Let's hope so.
It's in the building right next to it.
Mary Dale,
Yeah.
She done run off, man.
Oh, here, Mary.
So, no, from Rome, Tanzania.
Joanne?
She saw that she was going to be next to him, and I was like,
How's your mom doing?
Well, I never seen.
I know what you can.